Hi everyone, welcome to class today. It is online. That means you have a lot of discussion boards today. We are talking about lesson plans. So earlier this week, I told you about the new method we're doing where you must introduce one new multimodal teaching activity each week. I sent you some in your lesson plans. And the next time we're together, we're going to try a bunch. I need to see them. You're going to post your new method. You're going to comment on to others. You're going to watch the video I made where I tell you what I'm looking for as I go through the lessons. That's what this is. We're going to go through one together. You're just going to watch. I'm going to think out loud so you can see what I'm looking for. We're going to go through a lesson plan together. I will do it on video. You're going to do it from the comfort of your own home. So I do it, we do it, you do it. You're going to go through the last lesson by yourself to make sure it has everything it needs. You're going to submit it in the Dropbox labeled 928 with the changes you made. And then you're going to make a reflection discussion board post about what you learned and how you plan to implement these changes. All right, your lesson should have assessments that match your objectives and objectives that match your assessment. This is a very big deal. So whatever you say you're going to do, I can count to 20 in Chinese. I can name furniture. I can whatever. You need to make sure you assess that. I will be looking at this with a very close eye. Whatever you say you're going to do, you need to measure. Whatever you measure, you're going to need to do. Additionally, you're going to have to go back through and make sure you've checked all the boxes on your lesson plans. So what kind of communication are you using? I need to see if you're using world language standards and content standards. I need to see if you've done durations for each section. Approximations are fine. You cannot do vocabulary for 35 minutes. I've spoken with principals who notice this is going on in their classrooms, and they are not thrilled. We're going to work on that. That being said, you need to have at least 3 different activities in addition to vocabulary work. And it can't just be vocabulary work and flashcards and then a coloring page. No, it needs to be distinct, different activities. I need to know what format you're using to instruct your students. Is it whole group? Is it small group? Is it individual? An individual is not one person in front of the whole group. That is, each person gets their own activity. I also need to see what measures you're using to collect data with each class. How will you know what to teach if you don't know who's doing well and who needs what? Your cheat sheet of what I'm looking for in specific include that your assessments match your objectives and your objectives match your assessments. I need to see you switching activities in both format and language ability, whether it's speaking, vocabulary, writing, reading, listening, every 10 minutes. I also need to see you using different ways of teaching, lecture, whole group, small group, individual. I need to see interactive activities like games or partner work or speaking practice. You cannot just lecture to them all day. American children will not respond well to that, and that's where you get all your behavior issues. I also need to see a daily formative assessment. Now, you need to do one every day to see who is learning which skills. It can be a worksheet, that's fine, but you need multiple worksheets and multiple different kinds of assessment to determine what skills are being learned. This can be a checklist. We can talk about that. It can be a quick little note about each student in the class. It can be an audio recording or a video recording if you have the permission. But overall, you must know what your students know and don't know in order to teach them.